Shalom, family trendsetter. All praises be to the Most High Power, Hashem, for allowing us to see another day. The unseen power, the power of God, if you will, that no one has ever seen. We know there's a creator because we are creation, but no one has ever seen this power, this unseen God, because I believe we're cut off from him, this dome that covers this flat earth, this round disc, that separate the water above from the water below, according to Genesis. And pretty much the Most High have discontinued himself from being a part of us because we are some wicked ass nations of people. You know what I mean? I don't care how much you go to church, how sanctified you think you are, how holy and thou you think you are. You're wicked. If you were so holy, you wouldn't be here. You would be with the Most High. But anyway, family, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things, man, that's been on my mind. As I told y'all before, I wasn't on here because YouTube had put me on punishment once again. And during that time, I was taking some time to reflect on my life, the things that I've been doing over and over, expecting a different result, but having the same outcome. Now, I've been noticing a lot more on social media where, actually, let me get this straight. I don't have social media, right? But I do oftentimes go on TikTok, or I might go on YouTube. I don't have Facebook, Instagram, and none of that because I don't deal with social media because I know who's behind that. But anyway, when I do go on TikTok, I oftentimes see people talk about New Age and, ancestor worship and all this stuff. So I want to touch on that a little bit because I do know I have some subscribers that believe in that stuff. You know what I mean? Now, as far as worshiping your ancestors, this is my take on it, right? Now, why would you worship your ancestors? That's a created being, right? Instead of worshiping the creator that created your ancestors. And if they're your ancestors, that means they couldn't have been that powerful because they're no longer here. You know what I'm saying? They're not in a physical form. They're probably in the spiritual realm. And if they're in the spiritual realm, they're cut off from us. So I know oftentimes we think that, we have linked up with our ancestors, have interceding with our ancestors, or our ancestors interceding on our behalf. But for me, after doing a lot of studies and research, man, I don't believe that's our ancestors. As I told y'all in many videos, there are many gods, right? They're fallen angels. They're fallen angels that these devils are actually worshiping as gods. The powers that shouldn't be the world leaders. They're worshiping them as God because they have powers that we human beings don't have. You know what I'm saying? So they worship them as God. And now we have our people going back into ancestor worshiping, what our forefathers did back in Africa. For those of who actually came from Africa, because there was already Aboriginal black people here in America that they refer to as America, the United States of America. There's already Aboriginal people here, black folks, right? But anyway, so you're going around worshiping your ancestors. Now, who's to say that is in fact your ancestors that's granting y'all whatever desires y'all may ask for, right? For example, in Christianity, they teach that Jesus Christ, right, that was invented in 1524, because the letter J was invented in 1524, could be the other way around, 1524 or 1542, right? And they tell you that in Christianity that, all you have to do is call upon Jesus, accept him as your personal savior. So what you're doing, you're inviting an entity that was created by the so-called white man. Okay, because when back in our days, we didn't know anything about religion as far as Christianity is concerned, or even Islam. You know what I'm saying? We practice our own tradition back in Africa. But in Christianity, they tell you you have to believe, you have to accept, you have to literally have this entity possess you, come into your life in order for you to get what you want, right? And oftentimes when you do this shit, this ritual, the altar call service or whatever, you do this and your life is still the same way. As a matter of fact, in many cases, your life is even worse because now you don't call destruction upon yourself because now you're putting another quote-unquote God before the creator. So we have our people now doing the same thing with ancestors. So now they're calling upon their so-called ancestors that they don't know that that's in fact that they're ancestors, because you have these fallen angels, these spiritual beings, right, that literally take on form of whoever this loved one may be. They can manipulate, or trick you into believing that this is your ancestors. And a lot of times they will grant you, they will literally give you what you desire. but it comes at a price, family. It comes at a price, and you have to be very, very careful when y'all do these things. So again, you have our people, you know, calling upon these entities, so-called ancestors, and invoking these ancestors into your lives, into your homes. And next thing you know, for maybe a year or two, everything is going good. Next thing you know, your whole life is dependent on these so-called ancestors, because you believe the only way you can continue to function is to continue to pray and worship your ancestors. Now, who the fuck would want to worship your ancestors? If my mother and father passed on, I'm not calling upon my mother and father. I'm not worshiping my mother and father. I didn't worship him when they was alive. Why would I worship him when he was dead? Now, some people might say, well, it's a difference because now they have spiritual abilities. They know things that we don't know. They're able to do things that we can't do. Even then, I'm still not doing it, because I don't know who the hell these so-called ancestors are. What if my ancestors were some wicked motherfuckers in their past life? What if my ancestors was evil as shit, and I'm calling upon someone? You don't know everybody in your ancestry. You don't know everybody's heart. Even your own parent, you don't even know how wicked they are. They only present themselves to be a mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really know what's going on with them. We don't know what's behind the scenes. A lot of y'all yourself is wicked. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why I'm making this video, but the most I put it on my spirit to make this video to let y'all know that, listen, I understand right now that we've been lied to as far as religion is concerned. You know, the white man has given us their God, and we're trying to break free from, you know, from their way of life, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? In other words, you know, we're never going to do what they tell us to do anymore, because, you know, we realize that they lied to us. And so now we are going back into our ancestry way of life, which is basically, you know, back in the days how our people from Africa, the one, like I said, the one that's from Africa, you know, how they used to do voodoo and call upon their ancestors and witchcraft or whatever. So now a lot of us is falling back into that new age movement and shit, just calling yourselves gods and whatever. And I'm saying, and if you really think about it, right, family, these so-called practices been around for centuries, and it didn't do our people any good, because, you know, our people got involved with the shit. They may live for a while, and then guess what? They pass on. So it don't really help us in any way. So what I would suggest that y'all do, right, before y'all go embark into this ritual, because that's another kind of religion and shit, ancestor worship and all this other stuff, you may want to research. Just research the bad, you know, research, because a lot of times we always try to focus on the pros about anything in life. But look, just research the con, like research the pros and cons of dealing with ancestry worship and all this stuff, because I'm telling you, we're down here for a reason. All these people that's pushing this, you know, ancestor worship and new age shit, they still here with us. They still amongst us. So evidently what the fuck they doing, it ain't doing nothing good for them. Yeah, they may have a little temporal riches, right, and glory and fame here, but we still here. It's like we in the same fucking prison. We all still in the same prison, but some of us may have certain privileges. That's it. That's the only difference. You know, having wealth and money don't mean nothing, because anybody could gain wealth and money. You could do it legally or you could do it illegally. Either way, you're still gonna gain it. But the thing is this, you know, what's gonna happen once you gain all this riches, right? And then you literally upset the Most High, the Creator. Because I personally believe when we came into this earth, right, we came into this earth with nothing. Now we may have parents and shit that may have wealth that we pretty much inherited or whatever, but at the end of the day, we came in here with nothing. And the same way we came into this earth, this existence, this hell, is the same way we're going to leave out with nothing. Notice when you come in to the world, you come in butt-ass naked, right? And when you leave out, basically, you may not leave out finally butt-ass naked, but you know what? When you die, right, they still got to unclothe you, put you on a table, right? And then they do whatever autopsy that they do. And then guess what? They dress you back up just like a baby. You know, a baby coming to the world butt naked. They put on some clothes, and then the baby grows the same way. So the same way you come to this earth with nothing, you're going to leave out the earth with nothing. So I would say to y'all, family, that, you know, y'all need to, not telling y'all what to do, but I think y'all need to really reconsider what y'all are doing. Because, again, I'm not saying that ancestry worship, you know, is not good for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, the people that we're worshiping, they once was human beings. They once was living. And now they're dead, right? So what kind of power they gonna have in the afterlife that they didn't have in this physical life? I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. But y'all can let me, know what y'all think in the comment section. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section, because I want to make a part 2 on this. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of feedback, both positive and good, right? Positive and negative, I should say. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Shalom.